everybody. Welcome to our Antibody series, Ancient Remake, January 14th. We've got a tournament coming up this weekend, and I have got the owner of the tournament here with me tonight. This is Debyaka, the famous YouTuber, and if you know him, he's got a really great Zombie Panic Source series. He does all the custom maps. He has his own Discord, which we have the link up above. You can join there, and you can also join the tournament, which we will be talking about tonight. How are you feeling tonight, Deb?
How's it going, Pug? I love you, bro.
It's been a good...
Do you like my studio?
I think it looks fantastic.
It's a bed sheet. When I say studio, it's pretty much just a bed sheet.
Oh yeah.
what I've done, I've shut one half of the bed sheet in the hinge of my door to hold it, and the other half of the bed sheet shut between the doors of my closet to hold it. I'm pretty pleased with the way it came out.
Yeah, honestly, Deb, I would have never known if you hadn't said anything. It looks great.
Yeah, it's professional standard.
So yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about Ancient, our first map for the tournament. Do you have any predictions, Deb, or what do you think is going to happen?
My prediction? Pain. No, but I am so pumped for it. Can you believe that it's been 1 year since the last Antibody series?
You know, it's funny. I remember when these tournaments first started, and I just remember you came up to me and you're like, hey, like, I saw you doing, Yeflin's tournaments, and I want to do my own tournament. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool, man. But with you, it was a lot different, because I remember you were like, but there's gonna be some craziness going on, and I've seen that. Your tournaments have been very. It's been a very fun experience, at least for me, because for the longest time I wasn't a part of the ZPS community for several years actually, and then coming back to it now, I feel like it's alive. Like we're through these tournaments, we're bringing it back to life. We're bringing back that same spirit, that we all felt back in almost 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, the tournament the tournament matches, they really are like ZPS pinnacle gameplay. It's like it's as wholesome as gameplay can get. It takes you back to like 2008 and stuff like that. It's just a full game, pro players, everyone's working together. The teamwork is amazing, and it's just you can't get it in normal servers these days. It's like a blast from the past, and it's something I look forward to all month. Literally, as soon as one match finishes, I'm already looking forward to the next one, like within minutes.
Yeah, I feel the same exact way. We have seen some really good gameplay. Thankfully, if you go to Deb's YouTube channel, you can find all of the past Antibody series videos. They have been posted there, and you will find all the different I'm thinking about it now, one of my favorite memories, I think it was Rabbit Hole. That was a great series. I love that one.
Yes, Rabbit Hole was probably the match of the series. I think when I made the highlights video, there were more clips from Rabbit Hole than any other map. It was particularly Tylenol squashing Conquer amongst other people. There was the Cube when they were struggling with that, and your reactions in the stream. It was a hilarious match, and the survivors got the wins, the zombies got the wins, and it was just, all in all, a really enjoyable match, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And now that we're starting the new Antibody series, our second one, what do you think about Ancient? Is it going to top Rabbit Hole?
Ancient, if you look at the map list for the series, I think it's probably the most winnable match for the survivors. I think the survivors need to get at least a few wins in this match, because if they don't get any wins in this one, they're going to struggle in the next ones, especially the later ones like Core Complex and the Thing. they're going to do well to get anything. So they need to be getting those points while they can.
And I believe you have a new point system set up. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, new point system. I think it's 10 times more exciting, and it's a lot more fair, it's a lot more subjective, and actually I'm going to take you through it right now.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. If I'm not mistaken, you've changed it a little bit, right? Where we're going to have objectives play a part of it, right?
Yes. Well, there's going to be, in this series, there's not going to be any match-to-match prizes. So there's only going to be prizes at the end of the series, and in each match, each round of each match, the survivors and the zombies are going to score points. The points are going to accumulate across the course of the series, and there's going to be a league table that I'm going to update at the end of every match. And at the end of the series, it's going to be the top 5 scorers that take prizes, and the players in 6th to 10th position are going to go into a playoff match, and the winner of that is also going to get a prize.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Yes, do you remember the Devil's Playground from the first series?
Yes, okay, let me just tell you, man. That was the funnest surprise. Like, I will never forget that, because I remember we just walk into the little spawn room, you know, like the lobby, and you're just like... I'll just never forget that. Like, that was so much fun. So we're revisiting that.
Yes, the map's going to be adapted for 5 players, because there's going to be 5 players in it. The first one was only adapted for 3 players, but we're going to be making it even more hellish, even more like Inferno, and adding more spawns for the survivors. And me and Wick have some really cool ideas in mind for it, but I don't want to say too much because I like the idea of it being a complete surprise, even for people like you that are in the team. I don't want anyone to know anything. I just want to drop them in and say, there you go, deal with it.
Yeah, that was epic, man. It was just fun. Like, I'm excited to see what you and Wick come up with next.
Right, so the champion, first place, is going to get 100 USD. Runner-up, 75. Third place, 60 USD. Fourth place, 55 USD. Fifth place, 50 USD. And the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th places go into the Devil's Playground, where they can have a chance of winning 50 bucks.
Oh, that is actually pretty good. If anything, I'd say there's a higher chance of winning a prize this season.
Yeah, there's more people are going to be in with more of a chance to win a prize for longer. So I think that's what's going to make it more exciting.
Yeah, that's definitely, and it's like you said, you know, the points add up over the course of the season, so
yes,
it's going to be really important to try and join as many matches as possible.
Yes, and the scoring system. So zombies are going to score 1 point per kill or infection. They're going to score 8 points for 6 kills or more in a single round, and 20 points for 10 or more kills in a single round. That's how zombies are going to accumulate the points. Survivors, 8 points per round 1 if there's 15 or more survivors. 12 points per round 1, 8 to 14 survivors. 15 points per round 1, 2 to 7 survivors, and the big one is 20 points per round 1 if we get a lone survivor. That is a really big amount of points because it's super difficult to get any kind of solo win on ZPS.
Yeah, a solo win would be so epic, though. It deserves those points.
Yeah, it's definitely worthy of the points. And there's some miscellaneous scoring methods. 5 points to the highest ranked player in terms of points at the end of the 5th round, and 5 points to the most kills at the end of the 5th round. And there's some objective ways of scoring points, the high risk and critical objective scoring. On Ancient, it's grabbing the fuse, which is always dangerous and isolates you from the team for a while, so that's an important job. 1 point for whoever gets that. Getting the fuse, 1 point for the first person to grab that. Repairing the fuse box, 1 point. Pushing the generator, whoever pushes it for longest, and I will be checking, 1 point for that. And fueling up the generator, 1 point for that. And these high-risk and critical objective scoring methods are obviously going to be personalized to each map in the series.
I really like that, Deb. I really do, because you see this a lot in these competitive tournaments where the reward goes to the players, with the highest kill count, kill death ratio. But here we're actually trying to reward a core mechanic of ZPS, which is, doing the objectives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, playing the game and playing the game in the right way will get you rewards. And
that's a funny thing to say, because for a lot of years now, I feel like at least in the ZPS community, it's really important that we come back to the roots, and do how it used to be, because that's how it was. I remember that, like back in 2011. I remember I'd get on a server. There'd only be about 14 players, but we'd play tanker and we'd play it over and over and over again. We did it exactly how you're supposed to. We'd do the objectives. There was no people jumping off and skipping to the island. There was none of that craziness like you see now. No mic spamming or nothing. At least to me, it seems like it's only been in the last couple of years where that crap's been coming out.
Yeah, there's the game has its fair share of trolling, but what I most like about these tournament matches is like the cooperation. Everyone really has each other's back. Everyone really wants each other to do well, and it's just such a fine example of co-op gameplay. So I'm looking forward to it. I love it.
Yeah, for those of you that aren't as familiar with ZPS, when a survivor dies, they join the zombie team. And the zombies basically get reinforced with another player. So you want to try and keep as many survivors alive as long as possible. Totally. And looking at the sign-up list as well, we've got some absolute pros signing up. Oh, who do we got this year?
I was hoping to get a good mix of new players and pros, but we've just got a couple of new guys that I've never heard of before, and we've got primarily pros, so it's just going to be a server packed with like the ZPS Elite, and it's going to be amazing. Let's take a look. It's starting from the top. We've got Nekrush. He's remember, he's from Russia. He's one of those players that I could never send the Steam vouchers to because there was some sort of sanction on Russia, so I couldn't send him his prizes.
Right, yeah.
He was a really good zombie player, and I rate that guy quite highly. He's probably amongst the favourites to get into the prize positions. After him, we've got MCG. He made it into the Devil's Playground in the first series. He was up against Tylenol and
Charo.
Tylenol and Charo, yeah, and he actually came last. But considering he's from Australia and he's got really high ping most of the time, he did well to even get to the Devil's Playground. So he's definitely one to watch, and he's a very team-orientated player. He's a bit of a leader, to be honest. I quite like him.
Yeah, I really like his personality. Like as soon as he spawned in the Devil's Playground, it's just like, what the hell? Like he's like that guy that just already knows like when shit hit the fan, like when it's bad.
Yeah, I quite like him, to be honest. And do you want to take us through the next ones?
Here, you keep going. I can't change. If I switch my Discord, the screen, it will knock your face off, and we don't want that.
Let's not do that. The next one is Gunner. So Gunner 14K, Mercedes-Benz, the guy with a million different usernames.
the hacker hacks.
Yeah, he's probably the best player in Zombie Panic. Would you agree?
I think he is, personally. At least on the European side, he is definitely the best.
Yeah, he's if you put a revolver in that guy's hands, I mean, that guy's popping zombies' heads like there's no tomorrow. He's definitely amongst the most skilled players, up there with probably Charo and Damio.
Yeah, I'm seeing him get to the finals on the leaderboard.
If you're asking me, he's probably my favourite to become champion. The only criticism I'd have of him is he's probably not as team-orientated as some of the other players. Do you know what I mean? He likes...
Well, and you know, and that's just kind of part of his persona, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you take that away from him, he might not be as amazing as what he is at doing the things that he does do, like killing 1 million zombies. So, I mean, everyone. Yeah,
he's gonna be a critical component for each map. As soon as you lose him, he's on the zombie team, and we saw what he did in yesterday's tournament. He had quite a few kills.
Yeah, I mean, he's also a very good zombie. So, once he's out of the survivor team, he's still gonna cause havoc.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, he's my favorite to win the series. I'm taking all bets on that.
Oh! Predictions. We will come back to this later.
Yeah, let me have a chat with my odds maker. After that, we've got Batty. He's a good team player. He's solid. He's probably not the most skilled, but he's a good guy to have on the team, I'd say. He's a good mapper as well. I know him more for his maps than I do as a player, but he's pretty good.
Yeah, he makes some pretty good maps. We're glad to have everyone, you know. Even if it's like me, like I'm not the best player sometimes. I can be a little silly, but I like to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, everybody here is an experienced veteran. Even if they're not like the most skilled, everybody is a veteran. Everyone knows what they're doing. No one's going to take wrong turns. Nobody's going to fumble with the keys or anything. Everyone's like a good, solid player. Next, naughty name. To be honest,
oh my goodness, dude, he surprised me so much in Yeflin's tournament. Do you remember when he won?
Yeah, he got a huge win in Yeflin's, didn't he? He was one of only 2 survivors in...
It was him and Mr. Tanya.
Yeah, and it was a big prize pool as well, and there was only 2 of them that split it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'll never forget that. Like, that was intense.
Yeah, it was such a good finish. But other than that, I've not seen much of him in Zombie Panic. I know him more from No More Room in Hell, but I think he is pretty good if he got a solo win on, what was it, Island Castle?
Yes.
Yes. After him, we've got Pope Tart. He's from one of our European friends. He's... would you say he's a good player? He's pretty solid, isn't he?
I watched him last night, and I can honestly say he is definitely on a higher scale. I think he's a very good person to get into the playoffs at least.
Yeah, he's a contender, isn't he?
Yes, definitely.
And we've got Scud. After that, he played every match of the previous series. He just missed out on the Devil's Playground, and he's a super solid player. Definitely amongst the favourites to get into the prize positions. He's really cooperative, and he's the kind of guy you want like watching your back, isn't he?
Oh, definitely. I mean, just from playing with him, like even in No More Room in Hell, you know, like that dude always puts his body on the line. You know what I mean? Yeah,
he's super team-orientated player. It's I'm glad he signed up, to be honest. Then we've got Mr. Super Conker, the host of the server that we're going to be playing in. Conker actually agreed to host the tournaments, so he's going to be making a lot of changes to his server to accommodate us. So thanks to him for that.
Yeah, Conker's been, at least since I've met him. You know, I didn't know Conker for the longest time. I barely met him in, I think it was 2018. Yeah, I saw a server and I jumped in and I'm like, oh, this is fun. He's like meowing and stuff. Like, what the hell? Like, it was the strangest thing, but it was so much fun, you know. And he's really helped. I honestly, Conker's helped me, you know, come back to ZPS as many of us.
Yeah, Conker is a bit of a legend. He thinks he's a cat, but he's still a legend. And he's done a lot for ZPS. He's probably the person that gets most frustrated when people are trolling and when he can't populate the server and stuff like that. But I guess that just shows how much he cares, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's more of a, you know, he's one of those old guards. He's been around for so long, you know, and he hates to see it. Treated in a way that's not respectful, so I could totally see that.
Yeah, he's like Conker he's like a ZPS encyclopedia. He's not only been playing and hosting a server for years, he's been making videos for years. He's got videos like from release day, from the Crackbone days, and can always pull out like highlights from years ago just on a moment's notice. He's really good for that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're glad to have him in the tournament. I hope he can at least win something, because I always feel like he gets robbed.
Yeah, he's had some bad luck in the previous series, but it's a new series, it's a new start, so hopefully his luck will turn around. After Conker, we have this guy. He joined the server to play in the tournaments. I didn't know anything about him previously, so he could be a noob, he could be a new guy, but I'm glad he signed up so that he can see some ZPS in its purest form, in its best form. Oh, his name's Rin, by the way. R-I-N.
Rin. I don't know. Maybe I know. Well, I probably don't know, but regardless, you know, during the matches, I will be naming people, so we'll know if it's you or not. We'll find out, you know.
From what I understand, he used to play the game a lot, and he's returning after a long absence. I think the tournaments grabbed his attention, so he's really good to get returning players. That's like a big part of why I'm even doing the tournaments. That's
what I am, man. I'm a return player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we're all return players. Everybody's left the game at some point, haven't they, for maybe a few months, or in my case, a few years, but you never really quit ZPS. You just take breaks. There's no quit in this game. No other game like it. Chicken Nugget is signed up. Solid player.
Oh boy, Chicken Nugget. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, I think he'll get into the playoffs, but I think he's going to be the first one to die.
The playoffs is... Yeah, Nugget will get into the playoffs. I think he's committed to playing every match, so barring a disaster, you will at least be in the Devil's Playground competing for the $50. After Nug, we have our champion, Mr. Charo.
Dude, Charo's so funny because, like, I remember in the Island tournament, I was playing as a survivor, and he totally, like, barricaded me, and I, like, died. And then he messaged me afterwards because he was watching the stream, and he told me, he said, I'm so sorry, like, I didn't mean to do that. And he was so nice. Like, it was funny to see this guy who, like, can 360 no-scope with a Magnum apologize to me. I'm like, dude, you're so humble, man. Like...
Yeah, he's, I see Charo as pretty much the same as Gunner, as Impact, but more team-orientated, you know what I mean? He's almost got the same amount of skill. No, not quite, but he's almost on Impact's level. But he's definitely more team-orientated, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm excited to see those two. They're going to be the lead horses, I believe, through the whole tournament.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if this guy can defend his crown. It'd be really cool if he could win the second series as well. But I think he's from Ukraine, and he was mentioning to me that they're having a lot of like constant power cuts and stuff like that. So he's a little bit worried about his ping and disconnecting and stuff like that. So hopefully he can get through the matches and put on a good performance, because he's the kind of guy that you want in the tournament. He adds a lot of quality, so we need him on board, to be honest. I want all of the best players there. After Charo, we have Quispy. He is from the first series as well, played every match. Good, solid player. You see him a lot in Perks mod. He's a competent guy.
I think what I like the most about Quispy is he's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, isn't he? I like him.
Yes, absolutely. I love watching that guy play.
Tylenol, Pug.
Oh, Tylenol.
Tylenol is committed to playing every match of the series as Zombie, and he's very, very good at it. So,
you know, the funny thing about Tylenol is no matter what that dude does, he never ceases to like just blow my mind with something new. He's a very interesting person, not like most people.
Yeah, he actually enjoys playing a zombie. I mean, I don't think in my entire ZPS career, well, would you call it a career? I don't know. In my entire time playing ZPS, I've never voluntarily ever played a zombie. I'm just I'm a survivor guy through and through. But Tylenol, he likes playing zombie, and yeah, he's really good at it. He'll set traps. He'll come out of nowhere, and if he's whitey, I mean, survivors are in for hell, to be honest.
Yeah, we had that one clip from last night's tournament, and he got into the car. I don't know how he did it, but he got into the car, and he killed like 6 survivors. And I remember that. I was like, dude, they went from 16 to survivors to like 11, like that. You know, it was crazy.
Yeah, and if he's playing as whitey voluntarily every round, well, he's got to be up there as a candidate for the series champion, if you ask me. I mean, if survivors don't get any wins and he's savaging survivors left, right, and center as whitey, he's going to be accumulating them points every kill. So I think he's amongst the favourites to get into the definitely the prize positions or the playoff positions. He was second in the first series. He was the runner-up to Charo. Lost in the Devil's Playground, if you remember.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was very intense.
The thing is, he was when they were playing on the Devil's Playground, he wasn't at his home, so he didn't have like his good setup, and he was playing on a shitty fucking laptop with a crappy connection, and he still almost won. That
is so true. Yeah, we're excited to see him play this tournament.
Yeah. Green Smiley. He's I love this guy. He's one of my oldest friends in the ZPS community. Every time I upload anything, he's the first one in the comments, like liking and loving it.
Yeah, he's really got a good attitude. He's a good head on his shoulders.
It was him who was struggling with the cube in Rabbit Hole. One of the highlights. I
might have gave him a little bit of shit for that, but it was so funny.
Yes, you may well have done. Then we have Haxray. He's one of the ZPS playtesters. I can't really testify to his skill in ZPS. I know him from No More Room in Hell. He's I don't know. If he's a playtester, he must know what he's doing to some extent. So well, we'll see. Upia. He played a few matches in the first series, not all of them if I can remember. He seemed pretty decent. He's based in Europe. Can't really tell you much more about him, to be honest.
We will find out.
And then we have Domo King. Now, Domo King was a volunteer zombie for the entire first series, and he was winning things for the zombie team. If you remember, he was savaging everyone as a zombie, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be putting himself up as a zombie in this series too.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. The zombies in the series so far have been excellent. They play at the highest quality because even if a survivor dies, they still want the prize money, so they want to end the round as quickly as possible.
Yeah, this is another good thing about the new structure. Like, as soon as he died as a survivor in the first series, your hopes of getting any points were over. But this way, you can endeavor as a zombie. You can endeavor as a survivor. I'm sorry, to get the survivor win. And if you die, then you can continue to endeavor as a zombie to get those points from the kills. So at no point does your ability to score points end as it did in the first series. So that's a much bigger improvement in the structure of the series, if you ask me.
Oh yeah, definitely. That is going to be critical.
Yes. Next we have Freedom Fry.
Freedom Fry's pretty good.
I know his name. I can't say I know much about him.
I've seen him more in Yeflin's tournaments, and he's won a couple times.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he'll definitely get into the playoffs. He'll be a contender.
Let's hope so. Next we have Oxinian. He was another one of them Russians that I could never send the prizes to. And I guess that speaks well for him that I could never send the prizes to him, because that means he was scoring a lot of prizes, yes. But he seemed like a solid player. He recently came back to the Discord, so it's good to have him back. Official Pingo. He's he's pretty much responsible for all of the ZPS shit posting. He's got the... Is he called Hunky in game? The one who's got that channel with all the trolling vids?
Possibly.
I have a feeling it might be, so... Our admins are going to have to keep an eye on him for trolling, but it's good to have him on board.
Yeah, it hasn't been that bad in the tournaments, but we'll be keeping an eye out, so...
Yeah, the admins, well, Reborn is our admin. He's going to be super vigilant, and yeah, everyone needs to agree to the rules before they sign up, so that the game gets played in the best way. And I'm not anticipating any problems. There weren't many problems in the first series. Across the 6 matches, I think only 2 people were kicked for poor behaviour. So. The good thing about these events is they attract the best players and the players that really want to play the game, to just play the game. I mean, if you want to troll, you can troll anywhere, but people sign up to these tournaments because they really want to play the game and play it well in its best form. So trolling's never been much of a problem, has it?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have too many problems.
Yeah, and if we do, Reborn, yeah, he'll just boot him out. No mercy.
No mercy.
Mr. Gibson, he's I don't know anything about him, to be honest. He's been in the server for a long time, but he only started chatting recently. He seems like a good guy.
Is he the one that he's been reacting to a lot of stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, he's been, well, he's one of the 141, so he's been in the Discord since the Debyaka Dome days. He never really said anything before, but recently he's kind of come out of his shell and he's chatting. He seems like a cool guy. Hopefully he can play ZPS.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him play.
And Damio. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my god, Damio. This guy's a legend.
He's a weapon. He's just a pure weapon, isn't he?
I think Damio's, you know what I love the most about this guy? Not only will he get the most kills, usually, right? But he does the objectives too. He's a full package.
Yeah, he's the most well-rounded player that ZPS has, isn't he? I mean, he can just do everything to a very good standard. I mean, as a player, I consider myself like an all-rounder, like a jack of all trades, not amazing at anything, but good at everything. But this guy, he's not crap at anything, and he's amazing at everything. He's just so well-rounded.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see plays from Damio. He's definitely a contender in my opinion.
Yeah, he'll cover your back. He'll he'll kill a million zombies. He'll do the objective. He's just a dream to have on your team. Whichever team you're on, it's just when he's next to you, you just feel safe, don't you? You just feel like you have a family, don't you?
Yeah, Damio's still alive.
No matter what the odds are, if Damio's with you, he has a calming influence. You just feel comfortable.
Absolutely.
And then we have Hubert202. He joined the server yesterday. I think he saw the one of the publications that I've made for announcing the tournaments, and he's a newcomer, so that's good to see.
Yeah, you know, all these newcomers, regardless if you're good or bad, you know, if you stick with like what we've been talking about, that's the core of ZPS. You stick with your team, you can make it through.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun at the end of the day, isn't it? I mean, I don't want anyone to take it too seriously, but I just want everyone to have an amazing time. All I want from it, more than anything, is just everyone to have an amazing time. Talk about ZPS in a good light, tell their friends, just keep ZPS alive, because without this game, I mean, I love this game. When I'm sad, I play this game. When I'm bored, I play this game. I just love this game. I just want the best for this game. So it's that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, I could totally agree with you. There was a time in my life where, you know, I didn't have anywhere else to turn, and joining a server with other people, it's almost like you're walking into a bar. You know, no one's really knows who you are or where you're from, but they get to know you. You get to know that server, and you get to know the players in that server, and you kind of become a little family. You know what I mean? Yeah,
that's a good word, family, because with really popular like new games, there's no sense of family, is there? I mean, it's just a million players, a million new players every day. You never see the same people, you never see the same faces. You don't learn each other's personality. Whereas ZPS, it's got smaller and smaller, and as it becomes smaller and smaller, it feels more like a family. So if you're ever having a bad day or something like that, like, you want to be with your family, don't you? So you kind of gravitate to a game of Zombie Panic. I don't know if I'm like being too sentimental about it, but that's how it is for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important to remember that too, because especially for a multiplayer game, it's the people, you know, like you take away the players and ZPS just isn't ZPS anymore.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you want to have a game of ZPS and you didn't know anybody. It's like, well, yeah, in that case I might as well go and play something else. But can you even remember the last time you played a game of Zombie Panic and you didn't know at least one person in the server? It doesn't happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. And finally in the list is Puguasu.
Oh, you put me in the list. I'm not playing. Am I playing?
I'd like the stream to do 3 rounds from Spectate, and I'd like you to play 2 rounds so we can get a little view from the player perspective.
Oh shit! I get to play this year?
Well, you can play 2 rounds out of 5. So if you do really, really well, not sure if that'll get you into the... I don't think with 2 rounds out of 5 you'll be able to get into the top 5, but you might be able to get into the top 10, which will get you into the Devil Playground.
Can you imagine?
Oh, I would love that.
No, I would hate that. That'd be so stressful.
Okay, you're doing it. It's happening.
I just need 1 solo win. That's all I need.
Yeah, 1 solo win. I mean, you'll be high in the league table.
Well, we'll see what happens. Either way, you know, it's like you said, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to hang out with friends and family. So it's going to be a good time. It sounds like we got a pretty full list, but that doesn't mean people still can't sign up, right?
Yep. We've got more than 24 players, but there's always... in every match in the previous series, there was absentees. So if you just show up on the day and you're spamming join, you can probably get a slot. I'm pretty confident you can get a slot.
Alright, so if you heard that, you know, if you haven't gotten a slot yet, we haven't talked about you tonight, please show up on the day of, because there's a good chance they could get in.
Yeah, and I put a lot of thought into the scoring system. I think it's well balanced between the zombie scoring and the survivor scoring. It's obviously never been done before, so we won't know until we have a few matches. But it feels logically like it's quite well balanced. So I'm really looking forward to a competitive series, and yeah, everyone to have fun.
Well, we want to thank you, Deb, for getting this all set up, honestly, because it's been a lot of work on your end. I think some people might not realize how much work. Not only just with the tournaments now, but your whole, it's like you were saying, your ZPS career, you've been doing this for a long time. This isn't just like something you just started.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to thank me, because I do it for myself as much as everybody else, because I love it. I mean, the total prizes for the series is $350. Like, I'd just as much like to spend $350 on a ZPS tournament series as I would as going on holiday or something, or to a theme park or to a nightclub or something. Because, I mean, enjoyment is enjoyment at the end of the day, isn't it? I mean, you do what you enjoy. So I have no problem like putting money into something that's so cool and that I enjoy so much. So it's as much for me as it is for anybody else. So I love it.
Yeah, we're really thankful to have you, though, Deb. Without you, this wouldn't be possible, and we appreciate everything you've done. And we're gonna have a great tournament this year.
Oh, without you, it wouldn't be possible, Pug. You're like the in-demand ZPS streamer.
It's funny. The first time I ever streamed, it wasn't even like this, how we're doing it right now. It was in Peru. I was hanging out with some buddies, and they were playing some PC games. And in Peru, there's only one PC, but like 30 people are in the room watching the one guy play. Because nobody has enough money to have computers. So anyways, I was one of the only kids who had a graphics card and a computer, and I'd play ZPS. And they found out about it, and they're like, hey, can you play this game for me? Because, they couldn't speak English. But a lot of these games they would rip, they'd be in English. So I would sit there and play the game, and all these people would watch, and I would just make comments about what's going on and stuff. But I was doing that back in 2013, before streaming was a thing. You know what I mean? And it's almost like I was being prepared for this moment. You know what I mean? Like now I'm actually streaming for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Pug, there's no one better. Like, there's no one that knows ZPS that's as charismatic and as able to stream as you. There is nobody else. I've looked. There is nobody. Like, you're really good at what you do. And there was actually a time in the first series where you said where something came up in your schedule, and you were like, Deb, I don't think I can stream. I don't think I can stream the next match. And I was like, my heart. It's like, well, what do you do? I mean, how do you replace Puguasu? He's unreplaceable. I mean, so yeah, I appreciate you too, Pug.
Yeah, that's how I feel about all of us, all the players of ZPS. The community. We're all irreplaceable. We all need to be here. And yeah, this is going to be a great tournament. I'm really excited. It's always a privilege, and we're gonna have such a good time.
It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to watch the recording back and score the first match and see who finished where in the table, and make a highlights video. And I just love it.
Absolutely. Well, Deb, I've kept you here now. We're getting close to an hour, and I just want to, once again, thanks for all you've done, and we'll talk again during the tournament, and then we're going to be having these for each these preview highlight videos, or whatever you call them. We'll be doing one for each map, correct?
Yes.
And we'll be able to kind of talk about what happens in the previous match, and then our predictions for the next one.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult in the first match because we obviously don't have a previous match that we can talk about the highlights, and we can't look at the current league table or anything. So we're kind of just rambling a little bit. But I expect that they're going to get more concise as the series goes on. And just before we finish, first match, the matches are on every second Saturday of each month, starting in January. The first one, January 14th at 6 p.m. Eastern. So
6 p.m. Eastern.
Yes. So obviously people are going to be joining from all around the world. Well, primarily the stateside and Europe. So you're going to have to find out your own time zone. But it's 6 p.m. Eastern US. So work it out from there.
All right. Well, we appreciate all of this effort. I think that we're gonna have a great turnout. This is gonna be a great first match. We're gonna have some survivor wins, some zombie wins.
Do you have a prediction, Pug? I guess we should end on a prediction, shouldn't we?
I don't know. All right, here's my prediction. I'm gonna get a solo win. I'm just kidding. I don't know. It could go any way, man. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's gonna happen.
I would love it if you were leading the series after the first match.
Yeah, that would be pretty hilarious.
Just only plays round 4 and 5 and gets 2 solo wins, 40 points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You never know. Like, anything could happen. Anyone could be a winner. You just gotta come out and, have a good time, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna say Ancient. I'm gonna say 3-2 to the Zombies. I think Survivors will get a couple of wins in this.
Alright. Well, we've made our predictions. We've talked about the series. We've laid out a map for the series. I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, rock and roll. Well, can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be so sick. Dude, the chicken, man, the tactical chicken.
Yeah, the tactical chicken needs adding to ZPS.
As both of us have survived COVID, and we have survived natural disasters, and we've survived. Let's survive in zombie panic now. Something that's not gonna kill us in real life.
Yes, it's our biggest fight.
Alright, Deb. Well, I appreciate having you on tonight, and we will see everybody at the tournament.
Yes. Okay, Pug, I love you, bro.
Same. Love you too, man. Alright, everybody.
Oh man, that's such a nice way to end. That was so pleasant.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, it was pleasant. Maybe we should do that every single time.
Yeah, spreading love.
Absolutely. Alright, well, we're going to call it for the night, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you joining us if you've watched this far. And please sign up. You see above the link. Please sign up. Join our Discord. We will be there and available for any questions you might have. So we'll go ahead and end now. Thank you once again, Deb.
All good.
And everybody, we hope you have a great time. Until the tournament! The tournament!